And I hope Paddy is gonna lose, because if Paddy wins, it's gonna be a problem for me again.
Why do you think so?
I think he's gonna try and avoid me.
You say if he wins against Justin or if he wins against Ilya?
No, against Justin. Against Ilya, he never can beat Ilya.
Okay.
Yeah, he wants me to get hurt because I'm not gonna fight him. I'm a nightmare for him, and he knows that if we're gonna fight, he's gonna lose.
Arman Tsarukyan has been all over the headlines in recent times despite not being fighting in UFC, and once again he has created a buzz in the division. Arman sends a clear message suggesting that the rest of the division is avoiding him. He frames himself as the one left without a dance partner, choosing to stay active and profitable while waiting for the opportunity he believes he deserves. The post reflects his confidence and frustration as he positions himself as a threat no one is eager to face. Arman said, "Everyone's scared ducking me, so I'll keep traveling and getting the bags from these side quests." Arman Tsarukyan revealed that he's rooting for Justin Gaethje to get past Paddy Pimblett. He suggested that a win for Justin would set up the fight he's looking for, while Paddy would likely avoid it. Tsarukyan sees Gaethje as the kind of fighter willing to take on tough challenges, making the matchup a realistic possibility.
Yeah, he wants me to get hurt because I'm not gonna fight him. I'm a nightmare for him, and he knows that if we're gonna fight, he's gonna lose, and he's gonna try not to fight me on his whole life. And I hope Justin Gaethje gonna knock him out and send him back to England, and he can eat his I don't know what he's eating there, chicken or whatever.
Meanwhile, Justin Gaethje makes it clear that winning the title would only be the beginning for him. He suggests that becoming champion would open the door to unfinished business rather than slowing him down. With past losses still motivating him, Gaethje points to familiar names at the top, hinting that redemption against former opponents is high on his list if he reaches the summit.
Yeah, because once I get this belt, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to beat Ilya. I'm going to beat Paddy. I'm going to beat Ilya. And then I got to get Max back. Have to. So I need him to win. I need him to beat Charles.
Yeah, right.
Actually, I guess who doesn't matter. They both beat me, so I want either one of those back. Yeah. Those are the only two guys that I have the opportunity to get back right now. So that's what I'm shooting for.
Justin Gaethje is aiming for a rematch with Max Holloway and is hoping Holloway can get past Charles Oliveira. He also wants Ilia Topuria to move up in weight, which would clear the path for a showdown with Holloway at the White House.
Charles Oliveira, Max Holloway for the BMF belt, a belt that you've held before. What do you think of that matchup?
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah, I hope Max wins. I hope Ilia goes up, and then I can fight Max on the White House card and take the BMF belt and the championship.
Oh, there you go.
Arman Tsarukyan is also looking to face the winner of Charles Oliveira versus Max Holloway for the BMF title if Ilia Topuria doesn't return until the summer. He notes that Ilia only fights once a year and doesn't want to wait, seeing the BMF belt as a major opportunity to seize in the meantime.
But you know what the weird thing is? What if Ilia comes back in the summertime, right? And now you've got an interim champion, and usually the interim champion will fight the actual champion.
Maybe.
You're neither of those. That means we're talking about another fight happening, and you're not fighting for the belt, and now we're talking about the back end of the year.
Yeah, but maybe BMF title.
Okay.
So we'll see.
You don't want that, right? You want the real title.
Yeah, I want a real title, but I don't want to wait until the end of the next year. And then Ilya, he fights once a year. Maybe he defend his title in June, and then say, okay, I'll fight next year in June. And then what I can do, just stay. And I'm not that young to wait a lot too. So if they give me BMF title, it would be great too. If Charles Oliveira wins, so it's gonna be good. We got the story, and just get that belt, and then the real belt.
Justin Gaethje also shares that he has no regrets about the decision he made in the closing moments against Max Holloway. Knowing the fight was slipping away, he chose to bet on himself rather than coast to the final bell. He suggested that most fighters would avoid that kind of risk, but embracing chaos has always been part of who he is. And if another fight ever comes down to a similar moment, he hinted that his approach would not change.
Really, it's when I was going to lose to Max, who makes the choice there to go to sleep or knock him out, you know? Right. I knew I was losing, and I knew that was my only chance. And most people rightly so, would not take that chance. But that's who I am, and that's, if I get that chance, if I'm in that position again, I will do the same exact thing.
However, Paddy Pimblett believes Max Holloway already showed how to beat Justin Gaethje on the feet. He says he's confident standing with him, using Max's performance as a blueprint, and expects his own game plan to secure a finish within 3 rounds.
And he's made no secret that he wants to keep this on the feet. We know his knockout power, but your submission skills are so slick. You want to take it to the ground? Oh, okay.
I'll keep it on the feet with him.
Yeah.
Like, there's the blueprint there to beat him. Max done it, and everyone underestimates my strike, and everyone thinks I'm just gonna come in and I'm gonna take him down, and I'm not. Like, he had an absolute war with Chandler, and I Chandler up. So I know MMA math doesn't work, but you'll see come Jan 24th when we have a perfect game plan and we finish him within 3.
Furthermore, Justin Gaethje acknowledges that he is closer to the end of his career. He describes fighting as an experience that delivers unmatched highs and lows, something so intense it changes how everything else in life feels. Instead of shying away from that reality, he says he is embracing it, feeling more alive and motivated than ever. While he makes it clear he is not finished yet, Gaethje admits he understands the end is approaching, and that awareness has made him value every moment he still has in the sport.
I mean, every single one of these is a traumatic life experience, and it's, there's no matching the high or the low of winning or losing this sport. And it kind of ruined other parts of life, but no, I am so hungry, and I've never felt more alive than when I feel it. I will miss it when it's gone, and I think I truly love it more than most.
Are you allowing yourself to think about that yet? When you said when it's gone, you're not anywhere near that yet, are you?
No. But it's not the beginning. I'm 37 years old. There's no, I'd be a fool to think that we're just getting started here. The end is near.
Justin also declared that if he gets knocked out again, he would likely walk away from the sport. He explained that being put to sleep for the first time forced him to reassess where he's at in his career, noting that this is no longer the beginning, but the final stretch. Gaethje emphasized the importance of protecting his health, trusting his team and family to keep his best interest in mind, and understanding when it's time to stop, rather than letting the sport take more than it gives back.
You've always given me a number of how many wars you have left in you. What is that number today?
One more knockout. I went to sleep. Before that, I'd never been put to sleep. If I would get put to sleep again, I would definitely call it quits.
Really? So you're drawing a line?
That's been my line. Yeah, it never happened. So it wasn't like if I get knocked out, I'm quitting. But once I got knocked out, 37 years old. If I was 20, 27, 30, this would be a different story. But this is not the beginning. This is definitely the end of my career, and it's been such an amazing thing. Obviously, they'll use and abuse you in this sport, and you have to protect yourself. And I obviously have created a team. I got my family and my coaches, and they all have my best interests in at hand. And I've always told them that I'm in it till they say I don't have it no more. Or whenever I feel like my younger self, the hunger of my younger self can beat the skills that I have now, then it would be done.
On the other hand, Paddy Pimblett hinted that he's already thinking about Ilia Topuria's return, even as he keeps his full attention on Justin Gaethje at UFC 324. He made it clear there won't be any easing in when Topuria comes back, planning to meet him head-on and make an impact. For Pimblett, the plan is straightforward. Take care of Gaethje first, then shift focus to Topuria and make his comeback a hostile one.
No, I wasn't too surprised. I know Ilia's going through a lot of stuff and wish him nothing but the best with it, know what I mean? That's nothing to do with us fighting, it's nothing to do with being in the cage. So all that around his family life, I hope everything goes perfect for him. But when he does finally come back and get in the cage, I'm going to punch his face in. But for now, when I win this belt, I am the champ, know what I mean? While he's out the cage, I'm the lightweight champ. And that's the way I see it.
So that interim belt to you will feel undisputed?
Yeah. 1,000,000%.
Paddy Pimblett took a jab at Ilia Topuria's size, suggesting that his own frame gives him a clear advantage. He noted that Ilia is smaller and narrower, reminding fans that weight classes exist for a reason. Pimblett warned that if Topuria steps up to 155, he could be walking into serious trouble.
You've got his support. Essentially, he wants you to win. He wants that fight. Have you allowed yourself to think of what a fight with Ilia looks like?
Yeah, I think I beat him up as well, know what I mean? Like, he's very small compared to me, know what I mean? He's up to like here, he's not that wide. You've definitely seen that video of him and Pantoja just stood next to each other and they look the same weight. So, like, there's weight classes for a reason. And if he wants to fight me at 155, it'll get seriously messy on his face.
Meanwhile, Justin Gaethje emphasized that his full focus is on Paddy Pimblett. He described approaching the fight with a total war mindset, zero distractions, and no thought for anyone else. Every ounce of his attention is on the challenge directly in front of him.
And when he says Scousers don't get knocked out, what do you say to that?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Have you allowed...
I will try to test that theory.
Have you allowed yourself to think ahead to once you win, if you get the win, Ilya? No thoughts?
Nope, I've said it before, I don't ever plan on being alive after the fight, so if that's how it ends, that's how it ends.
Paddy Pimblett speaks with full confidence about a potential fight with Justin Gaethje, making it clear he doesn't see it going the distance. He frames Gaethje as dangerous but hittable, and positions himself as the one who can capitalize on that, suggesting the matchup ends with him getting a decisive finish rather than a close decision.
So how do you think you're going to get this one done?
I think I finish him wherever the fight goes, to be honest. Obviously, I know he can bang, but every fight we get a breakdown made of our opponent, and it actually shocks me how much he gets hit. And I know he takes one to give one, but you can't really just do that at this level. That's why he's lost to people like Eddie Alvarez, Dustin Poirier, Charles, because you can't just take one to give one. And I'm not going to just be standing there to let him hit me back. You know what I mean? So be using me range, keeping him on the outside, and I've got a feeling I'm going to knock him out, to be honest. I don't know what it is. I've just got a sneaky suspicion I'm going to knock him out. You know, I've been doing a lot of rounds with Luke Riley for this camp, and Luke's got much better technical striking than Justin Gaethje, and I'm having a lot of success sparring with Luke. And obviously, one of my coaches, Ellis, who used to fight himself, he's the exact same build as Justin. He's 5'10" with a 70-inch reach, and I've been doing rounds with him. He's literally, because he doesn't fight anymore, lad, and he's just a coach, he's just done Justin's style for me. He hasn't got his own style. He's been doing Justin for me, and just the bits what we're working, I can see me knocking him out or dropping him and then submitting him. People are going on about his takedown defense, but if I want to take him down, I will take him down, lad. Simple as.
Paddy Pimblett leaned into his unconventional approach, describing himself as awkward and a bit of a weirdo. He explained that his striking and wrestling don't follow anyone else's playbook, and that makes him impossible to replicate in training. According to Paddy, no sparring partner can truly mimic his style, which keeps his opponents guessing and gives him an edge inside the cage.
There's talk that, Justin Gaethje has good wrestling. He uses it very well defensively. Can you foresee him maybe being able to stuff your takedowns?
No.
No.
I don't wrestle like a normal person. I don't shoot double legs and single legs and wrestle like a normal person does. I do everything differently. I'm not normal, so he's not gonna be able to get a sparring partner in what grapples like me or strikes like me, because I'm a weirdo.
Fair enough.
It's the way it is. But
he did call your style awkward, actually.
I'm honest, Val, and I'm very awkward. You can't really get a sparring partner in to do me because I'm so awkward. So I'm looking forward to fighting him. As I say, he's a legend. He's someone I've always loved watching. So to get the chance to actually get in the cage and fight with him is unbelievable. Like, I can't wait. And to have Justin Gaethje on my resume is going to be something that'll last forever. You know what I mean? It'll be part of my legacy, and I'm looking forward to it. I just hope he doesn't retire once I beat him.
On the other hand, Daniel Cormier finally responded to Jon Jones' trash talk. Recently, Jon Jones criticized Daniel Cormier, claiming he's made repeated efforts to move past their history. He suggested that no matter what he does, the tension persists, leaving him with the impression that Cormier wants the rivalry to stay alive. According to Jones, what started as competition has turned into a personal divide that DC has no interest in resolving.
This season is against Daniel Cormier. What a stuffy, Cormier really is. I think if you really get to know Daniel Cormier, he's really not. He's an asshole. He was an asshole. I mean, he didn't really connect with any of the fighters here. He's just an asshole. I tried to make peace with him many times, and he made it very clear that he wants to be enemies for the rest of his life because how lucrative it is.
But you guys having fun here?
There was moments where we got to laugh, but for the most part, he's a dickhead. You look at the way that he treats his staff members. He brought like 10 yes men out with him, and literally, go get me my water. Where's my this? Why is that this? He just bosses guys around. And the times we weren't filming, he wasn't very sociable with the people on set. He's just a dickhead. I think people that really work with him will know that.
Jon Jones reflected on his time working with Daniel Cormier, describing it as uncomfortable behind the scenes. He said that any lighter moments were overshadowed by tension, with Cormier keeping to his own circle and carrying himself in ways that caused friction. Jones suggested that their time together only reinforced the long-standing issues between them, leaving his view of Cormier largely unchanged.
But you guys having fun here?
There was moments where we got to laugh, you know, but for the most part, he's a dickhead. You know, you look at the way that he treats his staff members. He brought like 10 yes men out with him and literally, go get me my water. Where's my this? Why is that this? It was just, he just bosses guys around. You know, and the times we weren't filming, he wasn't very sociable with the people on set. He's just a dickhead. I think people that really work with him knows that.
Daniel Cormier addressed Jon Jones's recent insults, reflecting on their complicated history. He acknowledged that they spent a lot of time together and even shared some lighter moments, but made it clear he has no desire to be around Jones voluntarily. Cormier admitted their past was messy, with personal attacks and betrayals, and emphasized that while he doesn't hold the same emotions he once did, he isn't forgiving Jones or seeking friendship.
So what do you say? Dickhead, asshole, not willing to make peace, didn't connect with the fighters. It was like 4 shots in 30 seconds there.
Did you have you worked with me?
Yes, I have.
For how long?
I worked, friends, covered you.
How long? Am I all those things?
No, that's why I thought it was very interesting to hear from him.
So then just trust Jon Jones. Maybe I'm all those things to him. Like, here's the deal. We were around each other every single day. And we were cordial. We had times where Jon and I actually laughed at stuff. Like, we laughed together at stuff. But if I didn't have to be around him, I'm not gonna voluntarily be around him. Why would I want that? Look, man, I don't harbor the emotion of the past that I did with him. I really don't. But we spoke negatively about each other's families. We had a nasty thing. Like, he cheated constantly. Like, I don't have to let him off the hook and be his friend.
Daniel Cormier also confirmed he's open to a wrestling showdown with Jon Jones, though he admits making it happen is complicated. He explained that organizing something like that would be expensive and logistically tricky, and he's unsure if Jones would even agree to step on the mat. Still, Cormier leaves the door open, framing it as a high-stakes challenge that fans are eager to see, even if it might remain a pipe dream.
What are the chances you compete against him in something this year? This seems to be the hot button issue right now. People want to see you in the RAF promotion or in some sort of competition. What are the chances?
I don't know, man. I don't know if it'll happen. Listen, to make me and him do anything costs so much money. There's very few people that can actually make it happen. So I don't know if it happens. And, you know, the whole wrestling thing, like, you know, that's cool, man. It's all cool to make pipe dreams, but I don't know that he's willing to allow me to embarrass him on a wrestling mat.
Daniel Cormier didn't hold back about a potential matchup with Jon Jones. He made it clear he's not interested in fighting anymore, joking about his age and gray hair, but he's more than confident in a wrestling showdown. Cormier insisted that if they wrestle, it would be one-sided, saying his Olympian background would make it an easy 10-0 victory.
Jon Jones wants to wrestle, then yeah, I'll go wrestle Jon Jones.
What if Jon Jones wants to fight?
He don't even have to make a video to ask me to wrestle.
Yeah. What if Jon Jones wants to fight?
I'm not fighting, man.
You're done?
No. I'm not fighting. Look at my face, dude. Look at all this gray.
Hey, you look great. I like the beard.
Hey, I'm not fighting. I would box him, but I'm not fighting.
You would box Jon? I would love to see it.
Why not?
Really?
Yeah. I'd box him, his face up.
Wow.
I'm older, bro. Hey, bro, I prefer to actually just not do any of that stuff, honestly.
Okay.
I'm old, man. I'm a commentator. I'm chilling. Yeah. Wrestling match probably. Wrestling match would be preferable.
How does it go?
Wrestling?
Yeah.
10-0.
10-0. Easy.
Bro, I am an Olympian.
2-time.
We're going to get in a wrestling stance and wrestle with shoes on? 10-0. All day.
Kamaru Usman warned against underestimating Jon Jones, noting that even without a Division I wrestling background, his talent is undeniable. He explained that when Jones chooses to wrestle, he controls the action and can throw even elite opponents off balance. Usman emphasized that a matchup with Daniel Cormier would be far from easy, highlighting Jones as a serious threat on the mat rather than an automatic win.
Let's just say this does happen. What you thinking, Henry? Because I don't think it's what people are, general consensus is thinking. I don't think that's how this goes down.
What do you mean, like as in?
What you thinking? How you thinking?
No, you're telling me you got John Jones?
I'm not telling you anything. All I'm saying is that's the general consensus, and I'm telling you right now, it's not that simple. Because John Jones never went to the Division I and had the accolades and all of that, people sleep on just how talented John Jones. I believe John Jones could have been a multiple-time Division I champion. I believe that. John Jones was that good at wrestling. That good. And I've watched John Jones decide, I'm gonna wrestle. And when he decided to wrestle, he made people look bad. To where, listen, I'm telling you, this man is just freak athletic talent, and the whole family. You know, John and Arthur, both state champion, New York state champions. You know, I know that's not saying a lot because that's high school, and DC definitely has the international, accolades. But listen, they fought. And yes, I understand that's just fighting, that's MMA, but when he came down to that wrestling exchange, John is no slouch. This ain't gonna be just that easy.
Daniel Cormier raises doubts about John Jones's approach as a head coach. He suggests that John has changed over the years and implies that his ego may be getting in the way. Cormier points out that to be a truly effective coach, one has to put the team first, but he feels Jones still carries the mindset of a fighter on the roster rather than someone guiding others.
And honestly, after spending all the time with John in Thailand, he's different today than he was back then. He's not that same person that he was back when him and I were going through all of our stuff. I just know. You know what Khabib is? You know what Khabib is and why he's such a great coach? Khabib is the most selfless person you've ever met. Dude, he can put his athletes above himself, in front of him, in everything that he does. And in order to be a great coach, you cannot have an ego. You have to become secondary to everyone that you coach. And John is he's still on the roster. He's an active fighter. And I don't know if he can be as giving and selfless to make Gable the true star of the show.
That wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed it, drop your thoughts about the fight in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for the latest UFC news and updates.